Good morning and welcome to today's Facecast. Today we're looking at a very short passage in Matthew's Gospel, chapter 5, verse 7, which says, "Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy." Okay, this is one of the Beatitudes, the beautiful attitudes, you might say, that happen in this passage. It's the beginning of a long discourse from Jesus to the people he's gathered around him. And he's gathered them on a mountainside or a hillside in Galilee. Now, having been fortunate enough to have been to Israel several times and gathered people together, the group that we were with, on a mountainside in Galilee, and read this particular passage out loud in the crowd there, I've kind of played the role of Jesus in that sense. And so I've got my head around what it might have been like. So picture yourself, the rolling hills around Lake Galilee, and Jesus standing to one side but gathering people to sit on the ground before him. It's kind of a natural amphitheater with the lake behind you stretching out for miles in front of you. And the whole scene, the whole people gathered together to hear what this man has to say. It's quite early on in his ministry, but he's already been teaching and preaching and gathered this large crowd around him. And imagine the backdrop around what's happening. This is a group of people who are living in a time and in a land and under an authority who are very self-righteous, who are very full of themselves, you might say, who are very particular about the keeping of the Old Testament law. And they themselves and the whole nation is under the oppression of being ruled and governed by the Roman Empire. Not very kindly so. And so the people are doubly damned. They are under oppression from a foreign government, and their own government, their own religious leaders and civic leaders do not really want to treat them as well as they ought to. They are being very haughty and disdainful towards them. And then along comes Jesus and says these things. Among them, "Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy." There wasn't much mercy being shown to the Israelites. So for Jesus to say this to them, that if you show mercy to other people, mercy will be shown to you, isn't really what they wanted to hear. They wanted to hear something about overthrowing the authorities and gaining power themselves and uprising of the people and so on. So for Jesus to say these things was contrary to what his people might have wanted to hear, but absolutely necessary for what they needed to hear. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. He's saying this is what God is like. He wants you to be loving and merciful towards other people, not to take things out on other people. Now, to put it in a modern context, we might say, if you win a race or a battle or an election, you should be kind and respectful towards those you've defeated and consider how they are and their position before running around and shouting and you yelling and whooping about how wonderful and great you are. Well, we kind of know that now. We know it because it says it here and it's been fed to us down the ages, that that's what we should be like. We should be kind and considerate towards those who are less fortunate than ourselves. We should be merciful towards people. Blessed, happy are those who are merciful to others, because then we will be shown mercy. When things go wrong for us, other people will treat us with respect. And ultimately, our goal is heaven, to be with our Father in heaven. And there we will be shown respect and mercy too. So to live the right life here has an effect on the eternal life there. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Who could you be merciful today, perhaps? How might you be merciful towards others, towards the world around you today? Bye for now.